Hello everybody and welcome to the video. I apologize in advance because it's going to be long, but I'm going to explain exactly what I did in the last 3 months to lose 31 pounds. Alright, so it's Monday, August 3rd. It's been 3 months since I started trying to lose weight. Let me go ahead and step on the scale. 181.6. Awesome. So here's my updated physique. So I stepped on the scale today and I was 181.6 pounds, which means I've lost over 31 pounds in the past 3 months. And so obviously that averages to about 10 pounds per month. So honestly, that's pretty sick. I'm really excited for what I've done, and I'm more excited for what's gonna happen in the future because I plan to continue on this fitness journey. All right, so in this video, I'm basically just gonna explain what exactly I did to lose this amount of weight. And you may think, oh, 30 pounds in 3 months isn't that much, but it's a pretty big deal to me because I've tried losing weight before and it didn't really work out that well. And you always see ads on the internet, oh, lose 28 pounds in 28 days or lose 10 pounds a week. And although assuming that they do work, although they work, most of the time the people that try these things just eat terribly again right after and bounce back to the weight that they were before, if not gaining weight. So I really like what I'm doing because it's very sustainable, it's very simple, and also it's kind of cool because I didn't start losing weight because I wanted to look a certain way. I started losing weight because I wanted to be healthier. I was fat and being fat isn't necessarily a bad thing. You know, all bodies are beautiful, but being fat is unhealthy. And on average, if you are obese, your life expectancy decreases by 8 years. And obviously, I'd like to live as long as possible. So here's exactly what I did to lose the 30 pounds in 3 months and how I'm actually planning to continue to lose weight in the following months. So the first thing I did was go online and look up an online calculator for my maintenance calories. This is pretty simple to do. You just do a quick Google or Bing search, whatever search engine you want to use. And I used 5 to 6 of those, put in all my weight, my height, my activity level, and then averaged the 5 or 6 that I got to get a good estimation of how many calories I should be eating in a day. And the important thing is to be completely honest with yourself in these. If anything, you'd like to underestimate your activity level, because if you say that you're active when you're not, you're gonna be the calculator at least is going to tell you that you need to be eating more calories than you actually need to, and you may end up gaining weight. So make sure that you're completely honest with yourself. You know, if you aren't doing much, don't say that you do much because it's not worth it. You're gonna get an inaccurate reading and you're gonna be eating probably differently than you should be. So anyway, what I did was I took those maintenance calories and that's what I ate. It was that simple. And I wanted to be in a calorie deficit, so I simply walked 5 miles a day. At my body weight, walking 5 miles is the equivalent of burning about 500 calories. And so if I did that every day for a week, I would be in a 3,500 calorie deficit for the week. And it's not common knowledge, but it's known pretty well around the fitness industry that 3,500 calories is what 1 pound of fat stores. And this number could be off by a little bit, or maybe even significantly, but that's the number that a lot of people use. So I wanted to keep this approach relatively non-aggressive. Like, I wanted to lose weight, but not too quickly to the point where it wouldn't be sustainable. So I would try to be in a 3,500 calorie deficit so that I'd only lose 1 pound of fat a week. And I lost a lot more than that. Obviously, it wasn't all fat. It could have been water weight. It could have also been muscle, but I did end up losing a lot more than I expected to. And that could have also been part of me putting in the calories or the activity level for the calorie calculator. I may have underestimated it, but that's okay because I was losing weight and my main goal is to lose weight. I wasn't really too worried about anything else, so I simply did that. All right, another thing that I'd like to note is that when it comes to the maintenance calories, I switched it up every 10 pounds that I lost. So I started out at 212.8 and I used 210 as my estimation when I was putting it into the calculators. Then once I hit 200, I recalculated my maintenance calories because obviously that 10 pounds is gonna change a little bit. And then when I hit 190, I did the same thing, and I'm gonna do it again when I hit 180. And so Another thing I'd like to talk about is hunger. Luckily, I didn't really have a problem with it. I was never hungry to the point where I just like couldn't think about anything else. And I guess that may just be me, but it was honestly kind of easy. I did not feel too hungry at all. Sometimes I'd go to bed and I'd be a little hungry, but then I'd wake up and be fine. But if your body ever tells you, you need to eat now, it's probably a good idea to do so. You know, listen to your body, don't starve yourself. But another cool tip I would say is to just drink more water, because there are plenty of times, and I saw it online somewhere, I can't remember where, but there were plenty of times when I was hungry, or I thought that I was hungry, and I'd simply drink some water, and then like 5 minutes later, I wasn't hungry anymore. And it was because like, for some reason, your body can switch up the signals and think that you're hungry when you're actually thirsty. And so if you're hungry, just try drinking some water and the hunger may subside. The other thing that I was kind of worried about, but not too worried about, was losing my muscle. And I figured that if I was going to lose weight, I was probably going to lose muscle. And I just wanted to do my best to kind of retain what I had. So I tried eating 100 grams of protein per day at least. Some people may argue that that's too low, but I think anywhere from 0.8 to 1.2 grams of protein per pound body weight is a good estimation of what you should be eating in a day. And so I tried my best to get at least 100 grams of protein in, and I think I did pretty well. You know, I've definitely lost some muscle mass, but it's not as bad as I thought I would be. You know, my arms look basically the same as they did when I first started this. And, you know, honestly, like, I think I look pretty okay because I haven't worked out much at all. I've worked out probably 5 times during this entire 3-month span, and the only time I worked out was because I was bored and I missed working out. I'm a former athlete, you know, I played sports and we lifted a lot, and I thought it was fun. I liked it. And so I just kind of missed lifting. But unfortunately, with COVID-19 and stuff going around, the gyms are closed, other accessibility issues, and I don't really have much gym equipment at my house anyway. I have like a couple dumbbells and then like a bench press rack. So it's not like I could do much anyway. But yeah, I feel like I've retained quite a bit of my muscle, and hopefully I'll continue to retain my muscle as I continue to lose weight. But I think protein had a big deal to do with that, because not only does it help retain your muscle mass, it also keeps you satisfied, and it has one of the highest thermic effective foods, so your body actually burns more calories while you're consuming protein than other things like carbohydrates and fats. So another thing I'd like to point out is that on days that it was raining or storming and I couldn't walk outside, I utilized an exercise bike. I have an exercise bike that I use, and it's also important to note that the calories that they say that you burn could be off by a pretty wide margin. So I just looked up online like moderate biking, stationary bike pace, calories burnt for my body weight, and got a rough estimation that I would burn about 400 calories per hour. And that could have been wrong, but I just used that and stuck with that so that I was consistent with that number if I ever needed to use the bike instead of walking. And so, I mean, obviously, like I said, it could be wrong, but as long as I was tracking it consistently incorrectly, then at least I could make adjustments as time went on. And honestly, it seemed to be pretty accurate, because the machine would actually say that I burnt like 467 up to like 500 calories per hour. So I figured it would be an overestimation, but 400 seemed about right, especially considering like I had a few days where I'd eat at maintenance just to see if I would gain or lose weight, because I felt that some of the numbers were off a little bit. And that's another thing, if it doesn't feel right, maybe reconsider the number of calories you're eating. If you're burning off a lot of calories and you're losing 4 or 5 pounds a week, you should probably redo the maintenance calories level, because you're losing weight a little too quickly, I'd argue. Not that losing weight quickly is terrible, especially if you're trying to lose weight fast, but it's just not very sustainable. You're probably going to reach a plateau pretty quickly. Speaking of plateaus, I personally hit only one, and it lasted for a week. It's not the end of the world. Sometimes the scale just takes time to catch up. You just got to be patient. And that's the key thing here with this video. Patience is one of the most important things you can have, because you know you can you can try to lose weight as quickly as you want, but I'm telling you, it's just not the way it's going to work. You've probably been eating incorrectly or living unhealthily for a while, compared to the short amount of time that you're willing to spend to work hard to get better. And you can't expect that to work. If you've been eating poorly for 6 months, it's probably going to take at least 6 months for you to get back to where you were and then start losing weight again. Say you were 180 pounds, you ate 500 calories surplus per day for like 10 weeks. That would be about 10 pounds gained. So if you went up to 190 and then wanted to go down to 170, losing 10 pounds from your beginning, but losing 20 pounds total, if you worked at the same calorie deficit as you did the calorie surplus, it would take twice as long, obviously. But like I said, it just depends on how hard you work. And again, don't fall for those scams with like waist belt trainers or like those ab machines. You don't need those. It's just a sales tactic. If you read the fine print, a majority of the time it says, in addition to regular exercise and a healthy diet, like, yeah, if you exercise and eat better, you're gonna lose weight. That's as simple as it's been. It's as simple as it is. Like, there's really nothing stopping anyone from losing weight if they really want to. Just put your mind to it. I promise you, it's easier than it seems. You know, it's really simple, and for some people it may be a little bit hard at first, but I promise you, once you start seeing results, you'll start being motivated more. I feel better, and that's a great motivator because I've never felt this good. And I look pretty good, I guess, but that's just a byproduct of me living healthier. I feel great. I've never slept better. I've never felt better. Like, my knees used to hurt all the time. Now they don't. My lower back gave me problems. Now it doesn't. I feel great, and I'm so excited to see how I'm going to feel in the future when I lose even more weight and start putting on more muscle. And I'm just really excited because this has honestly been one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. So I encourage anyone who's trying to lose weight to just go ahead and start. The first step of any journey is the most important. Just go out and do it. There's no one but yourself to stop you, honestly. It seems that, you know, for a majority of things, your number one obstacle is yourself. And, you know, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't the case for me. And finally, I just did it. I started losing weight, and, you know, the power of momentum is very underrated. Once you start going, it gets kind of hard to stop. You know, you're in a rhythm, you're feeling good, and next thing you know, you lose 30 pounds in 3 months. Another thing I'd like to point out is that obviously everybody's different. What works for me may not work for you. So, you know, just do what you think is best. But the important part is to start, you know, just get started and go do it. I think that this approach is pretty sustainable, and I think it's pretty easy to stick with. I think that a lot of people could probably have success with this because you can still eat what you want, basically. Like, I enjoyed mac and cheese, my favorite food. I do reviews on this channel. Like, I liked to eat foods that I like. I eat shrimp, I ate like ground beef, I ate tuna. And, you know, as I said, I try to keep the protein up, but I mean, you can do that and still have like maybe 800, 600 calories left in the day to just eat other random stuff. And obviously you don't want to be eating unhealthy foods all the time, but feel free to treat yourself every once in a while. Like, once a week, I have a box of mac and cheese because I love mac and cheese. And honestly, I could probably have it more than once a week, but I kind of don't want to because, as I said, boxed mac and cheese is probably not very healthy for me. So, and I'm trying to live healthier. That's the whole point of this weight loss thing. And so, like I said, please don't think that you're going to be a failure if it's not working for you. You know, it's different for everybody. This may not work for you, even though it worked for me and is continuing to work for me. You know, everybody's different. And don't expect the same results either, you know? The same process may cause you to only lose 10 pounds in 3 months, or maybe you'll lose 50 pounds in 3 months. Everybody is different. And I hope people don't have these expectations, because there's a lot of expectations that are put out on social media from other people, and don't compare yourself to other people. You know, it is a good thing to like have motivation and to strive to reach goals, but if you compare yourself to other people too much, you'll begin to realize what's uncomfortable with you or what you don't like about yourself that you see in someone else, and that's not healthy. You know, you can't change your genetics. You can't change the way you look. You can't change your bone structure. It's all preconceived, you know. Nothing you do when it comes to eating and stuff is gonna change your like DNA and stuff. If my bicep vein just randomly pops out, it's not because I did something to grow a bicep vein. It's always been there. It's just that now I have less fat, so the vein's gonna be pushed to the surface of my skin easier with larger muscle mass. So don't get discouraged if you see other people doing things a lot better, a lot quicker than you, because everybody's different. It'd be foolish to think that you can look exactly like this person you see on social media or on a magazine, because you're not that person. Everybody's different. Everybody's genetics are different. You know, some people have like beautiful six-pack abs. Other people have like mismatched abs. I can't really see my abs yet. Like I can see them a little bit if I like jump and wiggle and stuff, but I don't know if they look like that well. Maybe they'll be good, maybe they'll be bad. I guess stay tuned for future videos if you want to know. But like I said, please don't get too caught up on comparing yourself to others. It's not healthy in this sense, like in this fitness, you know, weight loss thing, because, you know, in life, you can look up to people and you can want and strive to be like them. But when it comes to fitness, it's a little different, because you don't want to have problems with body image. And a lot of people seem to have problems with body image and they struggle with it. There's such thing as bigorexia, where people don't think they're big enough, so they just keep working out, and then they get down the dark path of steroid use and stuff like that. Just be happy. Be happy in the body that you're in. It's okay to look different. It's okay to be different. You don't have to look like everybody else, but just be healthy. That was my whole point of this entire weight loss thing, is to just be healthier. I hope people can just be motivated to be healthy now. It's really that simple. Just get up and go. Start doing things. You're the only one that's going to be able to lose weight, you know. No matter what somebody says or does to you, unless you want to change, nothing's going to happen. You've got to go out and make a difference. So, as always, thank you for the support. Hope everyone's doing well and staying safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.